Morning guys, we're in Hobart this morning on top of Mt Wellington. We're just below the pinnacle between it and Big Bend, about to head off on the Thark Ridge Track to Mt Montagu, and from there the plan is to head across to Wellington Falls and then back on the Wellington Falls Track to the Springs. So we'll take you along. So this would appear to be the Thark Ridge area of the Thark Ridge Track. The clouds come back in again. We did have it lift for a little while. We had some views, but it's back down, but it's still pretty early, so hopefully we'll get some views as we go further on. So we're about an hour and a half into our walk, and that would be Mt Montagu ahead in front of us. So we're just going to go down now into this saddle and climb up over there. Well, we've come down off the ridge line, and the bush is quite close down here. But there's some spectacular views. So that would be Cathedral Rock there on the right, and towards the left is the Derwent River and looking down towards Kingston. So this is actually the track. It seems to have got a little bit thicker through this section. This is actually cleared out a little bit, so pants are sopping wet again now from brush against the bush. So I've made it to a bit of a clearing here with a couple of rock cairns, and the one on the left, I'm guessing, is the side trip to Wellington Falls, which we'll take on the way back. So we're going to continue going straight ahead and round to the right. We just reached the turn off to the summit of Mt Montagu, and we're just starting our climb up the hill now. Alright, we must be getting close to the summit now. Got a bit of open rock to cross. There's a few cairns to help guide us, but I think we're almost there. So I've made it to the summit of Mt Montagu. That's the trig point you can see behind me, and also the Huon Valley down stretching out in the distance. Absolutely amazing views, even though we've got a fair bit of cloud in the other direction. So we're back down off Mt Montagu now, and we're just heading back to the turn-off that will take us from the Thark Ridge Track back to, or down to Wellington Falls, and then across to the Wellington Falls Track so that we can head back to the Springs in the car. So this is the turn-off, hopefully, to Wellington Falls, so we'll head down this way now. So this track from Thark Ridge Track across to Wellington Falls, the Wellington Falls Track, I would say, is just barely a track. It's very hard to follow in places. But thankfully there's some cans and some tape, and we're doing okay. So it looks like we've made it down to the river. We're just got to make our way down there, and then the fall should be somewhere particularly close to here, I think. Made it down to the river, and the falls are just in front of me, so I'll turn the camera around and give you a look at those. Well, we've climbed up back onto the Wellington Falls Track from Wellington Falls, and we're heading back to the springs now. And I must say that this track, as compared to what we've been on this morning, is like a super highway. It's fantastic. So we're heading back now, but we've still got the potato fields to see on the way, so that should be our next stop, and near their disappearing tarn, but I expect that will be fully disappeared because there's not been anywhere near enough rain for that to have water in it. But we'll have a look when we get there. So crossing the potato fields now, and the going's not quite so quick here. Got a bit more careful about where I put my feet and take my time, but it's an amazing sight. It's about 2:30 now, and we're well and truly through the potato fields, but the going hasn't really got any easier because the track here is all pretty much rock, and it's just a lot of rock hopping. So we're hoping that we'll get back to something that's more like a regular track shortly, because we were hoping to be finished sort of around now, but I think we've still got about 3 k's to go to get out, but we'll keep trundling on and see how we go. We've just passed the turn off to Snake Plains track, which means we must be on the miles track now. So we're thinking probably about a k back to the springs, so we're on the home stretch, nearly done. I'll probably finish the video here because there's not that much more exciting. So I hope you enjoyed the trip along with us, and we'll see you next video.